Today's a great day because the sun came up again and I finally get to try out an idea that came to me a few months ago, and I'm really excited to see if it works. This is my Kawasaki Super Sherpa. If you've been keeping up with the channel, you know the story behind this machine. I bought it from my neighbor, got the engine running, and then realized that the back brakes don't work. In the last video, we figured out that the master cylinder piston was stuck, so we fixed that. Also discovered that you don't like the taste of brake fluid.
Nope.
So now the only thing left to do to restore the back brakes is bleed the air out of the system. I'm pretty sure this entire tube is empty. Air in a hydraulic system is bad because when I push on the pedal and the piston goes up, instead of that motion being transferred through an uncompressible liquid over to the caliper, it just squeezes the air bubble. And you don't stop.
Ooh.
That's what it comes down to. You don't stop. Path of least resistance is well traveled. The way I've always bled brakes in the past is to get a wrench that fits the bleeder screw, put it on there, pump the brakes a couple times to build up some pressure, and then while I'm holding the pedal down...
Can't see your big arms in the way. It's all hairy.
Is that better?
Yeah.
With the pedal pushed down, you crack open the bleeder screw just for a moment so that positive pressure and hopefully a little bit of the air escapes. And then before letting go here, you need to tighten up the bleeder again. So when you do release, the suction that's created doesn't just ingest more air and eliminate any progress. And then you repeat that process until all the air is worked out of the system. The good thing about this method is all it requires is a wrench. But the disadvantages are it's slow and it takes a certain amount of coordination. I try to avoid such tasks. I may have found an easier way though.
Are you going to start using soap?
Let's try to keep this grounded in reality, okay?
Okay.
This is a 98-cent bottle of hand soap, and this is about 25 cents worth of vinyl tubing. My revolutionary idea, or waste of time, still to be determined, is that instead of creating pressure here and releasing it, what if I left this alone, opened up the bleeder screw, and tried to just pull the air out? Does that make any sense?
Yeah. But how's the soap going to do that?
What I'm after is just this little pump.
Oh.
You get it now? Yeah?
Yes.
I figure if this thing can suck soap straight up out of the bottle without losing prime and leaking down, it ought to work for this. I'll put one end of my tube on the pump and the other side connects to the bleeder. Couple more preparations before we try it out. I'll remove the lid from the reservoir so we can replenish the fluid as it gets sucked out.
You're going to suck in der Hosen?
Ja! And I also want to jack up the motorcycle, get the wheel off the ground, so you guys can see exactly when and if the brakes start to work. Okay, wheel off the ground, it spins, and I push the brake. That's our starting point. This looks like it has a little bit of fluid in there, but we should start off with a full cup. You ready?
Yeah, where are you going to put the fluid that comes out, Mr. Environment? I don't have any petunias to spare today.
Let's see. I can't find anything. You can turn the camera off. Okay, I got something.
I'm afraid.
If you can just hold these. Funny?
No.
I got a can. You think this will work?
I do.
So, we'll start pumping. I think the main thing to watch for is fluid coming out of here.
Okay.
It would help if I loosen this though.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see that? Suction already making progress. This is going to work. Try to get the pump and the this all at the same time so we can watch it work. So pump.
I'm gonna like seeing the bubbles coming out.
That's no joke. The bubbles. This is working.
It's a nice little gimmick you got there.
Not a gimmick, I don't think. I think this pump needs to be vertical to work right. I don't know when to stop.
You never do.
So the fluid, look how much the fluid has gone down.
Oh.
I'm not sure if that's enough or not. What we'll do is tighten this up again. See what the pedal feels like.
Oh.
It's not there yet. It still feels a little bit squishy. So I'll open this up again and pump some more through there.
Man versus air bubble.
Round 2. We'll get it though.
Make sure you don't run out of brake fluid.
More bubbles, see? I will top this off again. If the cup runs dry, sucks in air, that's a great way to start the job all over. A little bit more, then we'll try it again. Did you see that one?
It was a good one.
It's doing its thing. Gotta keep an eye on the level though. It just sucks the air right out of its sails. We should call it a wife.
That's a handy trick. You're pretty smart to figure that out on your own. Are you sure this was your idea?
Still a little soft.
How about one more pump for
One
old
more.
time's sake?
One more for old time's sake. And I did think of this myself. Not to say nobody's ever thought of it before, but I didn't appropriate it.
Oh!
That's interesting how it burps after we close the bleeder, work the brakes a little bit, and open it back up. I don't see any more air coming out of there. I wonder if that's it. I'll tighten up the bleeder again, see if we got it. Yeah, feel that. I bet even you can tell that that's good brakes.
Oh, that's different.
I'll spin the wheel and you apply the brakes.
Okay.
That works. We can go for a ride on Super Sherpa now.
All right.
I think this is a viable way to bleed the brakes. Not just YouTube fluffery. There's a lot of that going around. Anybody out there who's willing to try, willing to spend the money on hand soap dispenser or take your girlfriend's lotion when she's not looking, let me know if it works for you. If you think it's easier than a more traditional way. Baby got back. Brakes. This is where I originally planned to end the video, but since we filmed what you just watched, I thought of a few more things that I wanted to share about my health and beauty department brake bleeder. This works best on brake systems that have a lot of air that needs to be taken out. If you go to town pumping on this, it evacuates air much quicker than just pumping and cracking.
Whoa.
But if you just have a little bit of a spongy pedal or lever, you're probably just as well off building up some pressure and flaring off those last couple bubbles. Brake fluid is also water soluble, so you can wash this out with the included cleaning solution it came with.
Hey!
Bottom line, I'm confident that this is a good alternative to bleeding brakes the traditional way that people have bled brakes since God created brakes. Sometimes that doesn't work though. Sometimes I try something out and it's a terrible idea, but those are the brakes.
No.
You ready for a break?
I am.
Thanks for watching.